Welcome back, everyone. You may notice something a little bit different in the quality of my videos from this point forward, because something new has occurred. In fact, we are now approaching a new world, a whole new universe in terms of what I can do with these videos. What the heck was that introduction? Alright, hey everybody, welcome back. This is Deathstroke9, and today I got commissioned to review a live-action role-playing game system. So today we're going to be checking out Suicide Kings LARP. Okay, it has nothing to do with suicide, so just stay calm. It actually is it's very interesting in terms of a live-action role-playing game, and there are a few things that make it stand out and make it very unique compared to a lot of the other role-playing games out there. So first off, let's just read what it says on the back, okay? This is the book, this is all you need to play. I mean, this and decks of cards. That's what makes this game a little bit unique compared to a lot of other live-action role-playing games, is because its creator made it so that it's all completely playable just with decks of cards. You can obviously get, props and stuff just like with any live-action role-playing game, but this one is pretty frugal on, on needs. You can play it very easily. It's a pretty simple game to play. On the back it says, "I wish they'd made a game for that. It's something I have heard from many friends as well as something I've often said myself. Sometimes I even go as far as to comb through dozens of websites hoping someone has. Sometimes you get lucky, most often you don't. What I wanted to do was to make a live-action role-playing system that would be flexible enough to accommodate a variety of themes, but have a standard rule structure that didn't require memorization of endless supplemental rules. This has been done for tabletop many times, less so for live-action role-playing game settings. Until virtual reality technology gets a little better and cheaper, a live-action role-playing game is the best form of submersion into a game world that we have. Personally, I enjoy a reason to go dressed up in costume and go socialize, except not right now since we're social distancing, so, as soon as that is over, then you can check the game out. I'm betting you do too if you're reading this intro. I do, actually. Thank you. Very exciting. Tell me more. So let's make a game of it. Any world you want, any theme you want. Bring your books, movies, costumes, props, and of course a few friends, and let's play. So right off the bat, you might notice it's pretty short. I believe retail for this was like $14. I'll put a link to it in the description. It's a non-affiliate link. All proceeds go to either Amazon, I'll bet takes a little bit, and then everything else goes to the author, who is an independent game designer who made this, and it's pretty good for an independent game. I mean, you do a good job. So, first thing you might notice, it's pretty short, okay? Now, normally, you'd be like, oh, it's short. But not in this case. Now, I do have one or two nitpicks with this system that I want to go over. First of all, it's a little bit, the rules are not always entirely clear. I would recommend attempting to simplify them if you want to for a live-action role-playing game, because as the author himself states, you're trying to, not have to memorize a million rules. However, if you figure out the rules, then they're pretty easy to get down. And then the other nitpick I had with the system, or not really the system, but more the book, is, so you've got this right on the front. Other than that, there is no art in the book, and the book is not really... It's not like separated into chapters the way a normal role-playing game system would be. It's not super well organized, although all the information is categorized in the correct way. They're not, like, you don't see the categories themselves. Each section kind of flows into the next, which is a mixed blessing and curse, I guess you could say. Made the book an easy read. So, that's a plus. Now, the biggest aspect of this system, there are two huge aspects of the system that make it worth the price, okay, and worth you picking it up and checking it out. The first is how intuitive it is. It's a very interesting idea to use decks of cards to really play out the game. So, to give you a little bit of an idea of how this game works, you create a character, all right? There is an example of a character sheet, but they're very easy to make. There's not a million stats. You work with your game master to create characters. The characters have skills, and you can make the skills more powerful. The skills system is very simple. The leveling system is probably the most complicated part of the game, just in the way it's explained to you, but it is simple as well. Then you have the decks of cards. And the way the game works is points in a skill give you like a point boost in your card draw. And the idea is you shuffle a deck and you draw, and whatever you're drawing against or whatever so you set a goal that you try to achieve, you can apply a skill to it, you draw a card, then whatever the goal, the obstacle is, draws a card as well. The game master draws a card for that. Or the game master has a set difficulty class that you have to hit. So you want to get higher numbers or better. Kings, queens, jacks, all that, those are better than the rest of it. Then the other thing that makes this, so the intuitiveness of the system, and one of the reasons it's called Suicide Kings is like when you draw a king, some special powers can be activated, as well as there's a few other things that are added into the mix with the special powers and stuff, but all in all, the system is pretty simple, intuitive, and easy to learn. That's the first huge plus of this system. And the second is a mixed blessing and curse, at least in this reviewer's opinion. Because I, personally, as I've said a million times, story comes first to me as a game master. Always. The story is what I, live for as a game master. And a lot of times I like to have lore and I like to have things that evoke the themes and the stories that I'm trying to portray. This system does not have that much, it really doesn't have any creative juice flowing text in it. There are some examples which can be used for that. Then at the end you have 3 basic scenario examples as well. But all in all, there's not a ton of getting the creative juices flowing content in the book itself. Now, that's my nitpick with this. Here's the flip side, and what really sells this system in the first place, other than the very interesting idea behind it, is it's for all genres, which is probably why there can't be that much. It's not a lore book. It's a system that can be used for all genres, similar to like the basic role-playing core rule book for tabletop. This would be an core rule book for live-action role-playing. And it's a very well thought out system that can be applied to everything. It's simple and it's skill based. You draw cards to see if you win at something. As you level up, you add cards to the deck. So you're more powerful as you go on. And then as you level up as well, you can put more points into skills, and skills will make, if you draw a 9 and you have +1 in a certain skill, it'll make it a 10, something like that. So that's pretty much this system. It's a very simple, intuitive system, and I highly recommend you pick it up and check it out because it was fun. Me and my sisters played it, and so if you get a chance to, or maybe after social distancing is over, there are 3 pretty cool scenarios in the end. They're all very short. So we've got sample game Magic School. Players are invited to make students at a school for the magically inclined. Each player will have some skill points to spend on levels and skills. Then it gives you some ideas for how to really immerse yourself in the world, such as school uniform style, often with mystic accessories, jewelry, embroidery, or school emblem. Students may also want to carry a book bag with arcane-looking books, wand, and herb pouches. And it goes into the setting, then gives you some suggested skills. Another cool thing, there is no skill list. Like there are over 100 suggested skills, but the game master is the one who really fleshes out the skills, which is why it's imperative that the game master work with the players to create these characters. Then you also have sampled game Crime Drama. Players are invited to make investigator-type characters. Where have we heard that before? such as a reporter, member of Scotland Yard, local constable, or private investigator. Each player will have skill points to spend on levels and skills. Apparel ideas are white or cream-colored dress skirts. Shirts, not skirts. Ankle-length skirts or dresses, top hats, deerstalker hats. Accessories may be magnifying glass, pipe, cane, pocket watch, brooch, or monocle. And the settings, it's late 1800s in London, England. See, this is my favorite part of the book, is these... The streets are covered in a thin coating of chimney ash. The air is foggy and damp. The soft glow of glass street lamps illuminate the area. So for live-action role-playing, one of the coolest things about it is definitely immersing yourself in it, you know? Like I talked about with Cthulhu Live, the live-action role-playing game for Call of Cthulhu. I made some videos on that earlier. It's so cool how you can create these props and create these very atmospheric locations. It's so mind-blowing and incredible to me, and I love it so much. Anyway, so then the final sample game is Space Opera. You create crew members on a large ship traveling in space. You're set to a distant planet where the players are on the spacefaring ship Dubious Blue. The ship has just emerged from a dense asteroid field surrounding the planet. Red lights are flashing warning messages, etc., etc. That is an overview, brief, quick review of the live-action role-playing game that works for any genre. It's the first real system for all live-action role-playing. I think that this could be revolutionary. First of all, just in the idea behind it of the cards, you know? I think that the simpler we go with live-action role-playing game rules, the simpler it'll be. Now, with Cthulhu Live, might have had a little bit simpler rules, but still, a deck of cards and drawing cards off the top, way easier than, you know, all the stats and rolling dice of tabletop games. And I am someone who wants to, you know, do away with all the rules and just tell stories, but you need a little bit of rules to keep it interesting and keep the tension high. And also to allow the players, obviously you need to let the players have some input on what's going to happen in the future. I really want to run a live-action role-playing game session at some point in the future, and I really want to play a live-action role-playing game session sometime in the future. So, yeah, horror LARP, are you kidding me? How freaking awesome would that be? So, yeah, you can use this book. Very useful. Highly recommend you check it out, because this could be the next big thing, guys. All right, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. There's lots of great live-action role-playing game content. And to all the subscribers who have been waiting for me to put out a video for like 2+ weeks, let me just say to you guys, first of all, I wonder if I could show you. First of all, I've been very busy. I told you I started a second YouTube channel a while ago. I said, guys, do you want me to post reaction videos on this channel or make a second channel for it? Thankfully, I made a second channel for it because that second channel in a month has 4 times the subscribers this one got in 9 months. And because of that, I've been posting on there. And second, school has become freaking through the roof with the dual enrollment and all the different stuff that I've been doing for school, so there's that. And third, my computer was messing up a lot. This is my computer that I was using always to, you know, make videos for you guys. This is what I was using. A laptop that has a Core i3 processor and really sucks. I now have a better computer. I have a PC. I have a nice monitor here. I was able to film this at 60 frame rates per second in HD and all this cool stuff. My editor works again. $1,500 later, we're ready to go. And hopefully this will mean that I can post more content in the future. Let me know what other types of content you'd like to see. And again, check this out. Link is in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Deathstroke 9 out.